Guys, what's up? Well, got some parts for the 67. I'm not going to use these rotors, but I got the spindles off of a 73 and a caliper to use as a core charge, and I got to order in some ball joints, but disc brakes is on the way for the front of the 67. I'm gathering parts. The guy I know sold me all this for 50 bucks, so that's not bad. I will make a video on it when I start doing it. I got to replace ball joints. Got to replace the brake lines to calipers. I got to get a proportioning valve, and I got to redo the ball joints. So I will do a video on that and convert that thing to disc brakes on the front. I don't think it'll be that big a chore. Now, I apologize, I apologize to everybody. I was fixing to roll some people out, but apologize for everybody about not making a video this whole weekend. I was really busy getting ready for that Christmas light tour. I do have a small video on some of the cars that went. I tried to video some of the lights, but with all the headlights and everything, the camera was just not cooperating, so I gave up. And then I think I got a small cold start video that I'm going to add to this too. So what I need to do today is get back on the Monte. I'm behind schedule. So I'm really behind schedule. Not by choice. The weather was not cooperative at all. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, the weather wasn't cooperative. We had highs of 30 and a north wind out of about 20-25 mile an hour. So what I'd like to do today is that one piece is ready to weld in for the most part, but I need to wire wheel the bottom and get that rust stop on there. I did go get a new can of rust stop, so that's what I need to do today. So I need to clean this up, and it's only 41 degrees now, so it's probably gonna take that a little bit to dry. Hope I can get that out with that trunk lid on there. I should be able to. So let me get everything set up, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Wire weld this. See, now I can wire weld it, get most of the deep rust off of it. I'm going to go ahead and start spraying my rust stop on it. And it's still not the ideal painting conditions out here. It's only 41, but this has got to get done before I ever can start welding. So I'm not going to put this piece in here without any rust stop on it, because what's the point of fixing all the rust if you don't try to stop the rust before you put it in the car. And this will be painted, you know, whatever color the car is going to be later on down the road. But the more protection I do now, the better off I'm going to be. And then, you know, it'll just actually make the inside of the car look a little bit better too. And I hope with this piece sitting out in the sunlight, it'll dry okay. It might take all day, but it's going on real well. I think I'll call that quits for now. It looks pretty good. I will have to grind some of it off so I can weld it in, but that's nothing but a thing. And let's go see where on the car I can spray some rust stop. I need to go ahead and spray the top of this, and I'm gonna put it on a little bit thick. And then on that spot, I'm gonna spray it and grind it where I plan on welding it. So, but that, I got one thing accomplished today. It's going to take all day for that to dry, but I think the next thing I'm going to do is take my grinder with my wire wheel and go around this entire channel. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I sprayed that with rust stop, and that's where it stopped spraying. So I think I'll take my wire wheel and go around this entire window ledge and get all the rust knocked off as much as I can. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. One thing, getting this rubber stuff off here, the glue for the window, when it's cold, it's not easy. See that? Oh, that's got to go. So I'm going to wire wheel that and make sure that's clean. And without hurting myself and getting it in the camera. Because this has got to be spotless and primered for the new glue. But I do want this. That's metal right there. I do want this all nice and clean. Like I said, I got to fix a spot here, and a spot there, and that angle shouldn't be that bad. I'm going to wire wheel this. Y'all can't see nothing. I apologize. I got to fix that spot. I need to fix it all the way down, so I need to come in here, probably cut it along this line, and tack weld me in a new piece. So I think that's what I'm going to try to work on a little bit today. Oh, sorry. I get out here, I get working, I get busy, and I forgot. I got to have a camera with me. What I've been doing is I've been grinding these spot welds down because my goal for today is try to replace this piece right here. I'm going to get the vacuum cleaner in there and suck as much rust out of there as possible. And then I had to cut up here so I can get down here and cut. But what I'm going to do is press this back down, tack it. This side's okay. I must have bent this side up a little bit with hammering that. Oh, that's better already. With hammering that, I've been using an old scraper to hammer and bust those spot welds. But what I'll do is I'll hammer that back down because it's a little high, and I'll tack it before I ever tack in that other piece. I'll clean all this up as best I can, spray it with stop rust. I'm going to go build my other piece. And the bad thing about this piece is it goes in a lot deeper, probably a 30-degree angle instead of a 45. So I'm going to have to either tack in the top piece, then put in the bottom piece, and then try to grind my weld smooth, or try to build it all at once. I don't know what the best option is here, but I'm going to get me a piece of tape, tape it along that line right there for the back window, and that way when I grind it, I can kind of make my angle. So then I'll have to put kitty hair all over this whole top. And if y'all don't know what kitty hair is, that's Bondo with fiberglass in it. And then I'll put Bondo over the whole thing when I get all this cut out and replaced. But let's see if it looks any better when I'm done. I got a piece of blue tape here. I'm going to try to cut right underneath that blue tape, get that out of there, and then we'll proceed on building the new piece and try to tack it in today, which I'm going to tack right here anyway. I cut too far down. So let's get going. Okay, guys, I got me a pretty good straight line to go by here. I might burn through here, and I might have to tack it up and weld it a couple times because that broke, but I don't want to cut it any higher. And what I'll do is I'll push this down, like I said, and tack it. Push it down on this side and tack it, and tack right here. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to spray rust stop all up in here where my hands is, And then that should keep it sealed and it shouldn't get wet anymore. So I should be okay. But I had to get this fairly clean. And I ground it where my spot welds are just a little higher than the actual metal. And then I'll spray all this and then I'll let it dry while I'm building this patch. And then I'll grind off some sections. I'll drill some holes in my patch to spot weld this to this. And I got a spot weld there, so I'm gonna try not to get any rust stop there. But it's coming along. Looks scary until you dig in and do it. I hope y'all can see this. I made me a patch right here. Now it's been up too high here because I didn't have anything to judge it by, but that's no big deal. I'm gonna hammer all that waviness out of it and then tack it in there. I gotta hammer all that waviness out of it with a hammer and dolly, but I'm gonna tack it in there, and after I get it tacked in there, I'm gonna hammer down or clamp down or whatever I need to do to get it flat. And I plan on putting about 6 spot welds in that. So let me get that hammered all straight. And if you're curious how I bent that, I should have probably showed you, but I used 2 pieces of angle iron and I clamped it down as tight as I could with my measurements. And then I hammered the 45 in there. So this angle is a little bit more than a 45. So then I stuck it in the vise and bent it some more, and that's how I got it the waviness. But I'm fixing to take care of that waviness. So let me hammer out all that waviness with a hammer and dolly. And then I got to dig out my welder. Well, before I even do that, I got to drill some holes in here. So my next step, oops, I better get y'all back in the camera. Next step is I'm probably going to drill 5 holes in here. And then probably 5/16 or a quarter. And then I'll come out here and I'll ground me a spot somewhere good on the good metal and get me a good ground, and we'll start tacking this in. So before I do all that though, I need to spray some stop rust in there. So let me spray some stop rust in there, beat on that piece, and I'll come back and show you more. All right guys, my next step in this process is I drilled 6 holes, and I didn't drill them straight. Don't criticize me on that. The factory spot welds weren't straight. And then what I did is I came up here, and I hope y'all can see this, so I'm probably in the light, but I made me a little gray mark everywhere a spot weld is going to be. So I got to grind all that paint off of there, and then I got to grind the paint off up there, and then I got to grind me a good ground, so I can go ahead and start tacking all this in. So I'm gonna get busy grinding, and then we'll get the welder out here, start tacking this in, and see what it looks like. Guys, I sure hope y'all can see this, but I got to do a lot of grinding. But there's my first patch. Yes, I'm gonna cut this down. I left it long on purpose, and it looks like I got to put some more weld right there too. But I'm gonna do some grinding on here and see how this looks. I'm gonna try to get all the pinholes filled up. Some of that metal was pretty thin, and then I'm gonna grind all of it, and then I'm gonna, after I get all the rust fixed, they got some stuff called kitty hair, and I'll go around this whole back window with that kitty hair. And what that is fiberglass embondo, and I'll get this all done and get it primed, and I should be ready to go. Got some globs here in the corner I gotta get out, but let me get to grinding. I ground it, and the way I grounded it, I took the grinder this way, then I took it up matching the other angle. Now I gotta get in the corners with my cutoff wheel and cut off those big old globs. But believe it or not, I got a thin spot right there. It looks, no, that's sealed. Believe it or not, I don't have any too many pinholes. There's one right there I gotta fill up, and then I gotta do some welding right there and weld it right there. But other than that, I'm just gonna cover that up with some kitty hair. I got a pinhole right there, but I'm gonna tack some more welds on here, try to get some of these pinholes filled up. And I'm not going to go too crazy because some of this metal it's pretty dang thin. So, and then I can cut this right here and go around and do the whole corner. I'm going to go all the way around on my next one. That's going to be fun because I want to cut relief cuts and get all that fixed. But let me do some more tack welding and get some of those pinholes filled up and get them ground off. And I think that's where I'm going to call it a video. I'm not going to worry about these right now. I'll get them at a later date. But start to finish, doesn't look too bad. Hey guys, I hope y'all can see that. But that's how the finished product looks. And I'll go close. I'm not perfect. There's some boo-boos in there. But I could work on this for 2-3 days. Try to get all those pinholes. But every time I grind on that upper metal, it's going to get thinner and thinner and thinner. So I'm going to call it quits there on this repair. I'll fill the rest of it in with kitty hair. And then I got to drill me a hole here somewhere after I get it filled in with kitty hair, because this is kind of wavy right here. So I need kitty hair on it anyway. Then I'll drill me a hole for another trim piece. Probably one here and one here. And then I got to come back around. I got to mark this one somehow on the roof so I can put it back in. I'm going to do that. Well, yeah. Got to put it right there. But guys, I can work on that all day. And that metal was pretty thin up there. And sorry, I almost dropped the camera. Metal was pretty thin. It looks like there's some pinholes there, but it's not. It's just difference in the level of the weld. So I'll fill it up with kitty hair. Here's a better picture of it. Top, bottom. But there's my first patch. My official first patch. And boy, guys, get some kitty hair in there and get that sanded down. Nobody will ever notice. So please like my videos. Please subscribe if you can. Leave some comments. If you have a better way than I'm doing it, let me know. I can take suggestions. And I guess tomorrow, if it's warm enough, we might start on that curve. Do the same thing, slice the roof. And most of that's already rusted away anyway, so I can just grind that as clean as I can get it, lay my new piece of metal on top of it, and go to town. Now, it's got a curve in it, so I'll have to bend the curve, then I'll have to cut the... I don't know how I'm going to do that one yet. We'll figure it out when I get there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Now I'm going to clean up my mess, go eat some lunch. Bye. Morning, YouTube. It's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. I don't know what I'm going to get accomplished today, but I'm fixing to go do the car club meeting. And tonight's the annual Christmas light cruise in the old cars, which is kind of cool. I can't really video any of it due to the fact of it's going to be dark. But anyway, it's been probably 4 days since I've started the 67. I hadn't been anywhere. As y'all know, I've been working on the Monte Carlo, so we're going to give the old girl a cold start. All right, a couple pumps. Golly, I love this old truck. That's all it took. Oh, no, you don't. Uh-oh. I didn't get down there to the gas giver river thingy whopper fast enough. Man, this thing's noisy. Does anybody want to donate me an exhaust system? Oh man, that thing. Man, that thing sounds good and loud. But anyway, guys, I don't know what else I'm going to be getting into today. So I'll update you as I go along, and Y'all have a great day. Okay, guys. What y'all doing? How y'all doing?
These cars.
What y'all think about these cars?
Good.
Oh, you like them?
Yeah.
So.
Is one of these yours?
Mine's right there.
That one?
Yeah, that old beat up pickup. Does it look beat up?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't painting it. That's the way it's going to stay looking. So, that's the way it's supposed to look. So, getting ready for the Christmas light tour, guys.
Where's the rest of the little cars?
They're going to be coming. There's going to be some more coming. Should be some more coming. So,
This is part of the old car club.
yeah, this old school car club. All these are members of old school car club.
This one was here this morning. Yeah. This one right here.
Yeah, they come here to eat breakfast.